WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often trying and reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. I really hope that this does not remain rare and exotic because it's the inaugural release of Clonakilty's single pot still Irish whiskey. Yay! 46% ex-bourbon, Oloroso sherry and Amontillado sherry casks. 100% Irish barley, Whiskybase 254377. At Whiskey Live Dublin, I asked the master distiller here, could you please tell me, Oisín Mulcahy, natural color, non-chill filter? Yes. And then I looked at the box and I can't find it. That's such a shame. Now, the whiskey industry forces us to write it there on the bottle. Otherwise, we, the consumer, have to assume it's not. And that's a shame. I think it should be the other way around. If you put artificial coloring in it, put it on the label. I'm in Germany. It should be the case. You can import it through other countries in Europe and you don't put it on the label. If it's non-chilled filter, if it's chill filter, put it on the label. But no, we need that. We need that information. All right. So now I really like the box. The box is a little flimsy. I'm not the biggest fan of these things here down here, but I guess it's going to be enough. Well designed, well done in front of the distillery is that whale fin as well. So you can see there, I've been at the distillery. And the thing is that I really like this. So what we have here is up at the top, you see the pot still, that is where the distillery is located. So then a little bit down to the south, you see here a barrel. That is where the warehouse is located. It's 200 feet above sea level at the edge of the ocean. So I've actually walked from the distillery warehouse or from Clonakilty's warehouse to the edge. There's a fence there. You can't fall off, but it's a 5-8 minute walk. So perfect. And then you see this barley. There's a lighthouse there, and actually they grow their own barley. So it says here, we begin our journey at our Atlantic warehouse 200 feet above the sea level by the edge of the ocean. Our journey continues at Clonakilty, where our spirit is matured, blended, and bottled in-house under the watchful eye of our head distiller. Only then can we call it Clonakilty whiskey. So on the side it says here, using our 3 majestic copper pot stills, we created an exceptional, elegant new make spirit. Has won awards, by the way, as best new spirit of new make of the world. The spirit is cut with deep well water, which is at the warehouse, which has been perfectly filtered by nature. Our spirit is then filled into carefully chosen casks, where it patiently rests in our maturation warehouse as it slowly extracts its wonderful flavors. And this quintessential Irish whiskey is distilled with unmalted barley grown on our family farm. So 50% is unmalted barley from their own farm, and 50% is malted barley that they buy. All 100% Irish barley. And triple distilled in copper pot stills. Matured at our Atlantic Ocean warehouse in Ex-Bourbon, Oloroso, Amontillado, sherry cask, capturing the essence of our coastal heritage. All right, Michael Scully is the founder. I have interviewed him as well. I've interviewed the master distiller here, Oisín, sorry about your name. Great guys here. And I really do like Clonakilty. That's one of the things I regret. 4 years ago, before COVID happened, basically, I could have bought a cask, and then COVID happened. I didn't. It's I think I should have been a founding father of Clonakilty, but I wasn't. I have 7 other casks and other distilleries in Ireland. I think it's 7. It could be 6. I have Scotland. I have Germany. I have Ireland. I would really have liked that, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. All right, so I've mentioned everything I can about the whiskey at the beginning. What am I going to compare it with? I think this is the standard. I'm actually going to use the word even gold standard for Irish single pot still whiskey. I could have taken the Redbreast 12 normal, the Redbreast 12 cask strength. I just took the green spot, all right? So excuse me for my German video. I have a little bit left in there. I poured a little bit too much. I was a little too heavy-handed. This is bourbon and also sherry casks. The only thing that's different is this is 46%. This is 40%. This is 39 euros over here in Germany. This is 55 euros, 54.90. All right, so those are the big differences. So we have a spot, a green spot, the normal green spot versus the Clonakilty. As I said, this is the reference. This is the benchmark. You have to beat this in order to be worthy to be bought, is what I think. All right. So let's nose. On the nose. All right. Very pleasant. Tiny little bit maritime. A tiny little bit of a yellow fruit. We could talk about star fruit. We can talk about yellow plum. We could talk about lychee. We could talk about kiwi. We could talk about those yellow fruits here a little bit. A little bit of wood. And a tiny little bit of a acidity, sourness going on in here. Not bad. Now, I personally believe that single pot still needs longer in the cask than single malt. So if we take a look at the things, you can put a rye into a cask and bottle it. Let's say, I'm just going to say continental Europe, all right? It could be Ireland, it could be Scotland, could be Germany, but not America, not Texas heat, all right? So just take a rye whiskey, put it in cask, bottle it after 4 years. It's done. It's good, all right? Take a bourbon, so a bourbon mash bill, put it in a cask, 5 years, 6 years max, it's done. It's great, all right? Put this Irish single pot still in cask and fill it up after 3 years. It's way too new-makey. I would give it actually almost, since it's using usually used casks, so first fill bourbon, sherry casks, not virgin oak casks, 6 to 8 years. Now in between there, you can get a single malt. I've had great single malts with 5 years. And so you do notice there's a little bit, so that's one of the mash bills, one of the styles of whiskey that takes the longest. It has to do maybe about the roughness of the spirit due to its unmalted nature. But this is good on the nose. Now this is darker. This is not the yellow fruit. This is a mandarin, a tangerine. This has a little bit of a wood spice. On the nose, the green spot beats this. This is familiar. This is, a little bit of my North Star. This is something I've had quite a few times in my life, and I really, really enjoy. This is a little bit of the young kid on the block, and it's very interesting. The first time you smell it, it has that beautiful perfume, a beautiful aroma of that citrus zest and so on, vanilla. The second time you get in there, it's a little bit darker, as in more of the pot still spice, a little bit of the acidity. It's good. This is better. All right, let's try them. All right, so Sláinte, cheers, Clonakilty's inaugural single pot still Irish whiskey. It's interesting. I do not get a maritime flavor moment often with Irish whiskeys. This I do. It's almost if there's a little bit of salt in there. That probably isn't. If I took it to a spectral analysis, nope. But I perceive a oceanic, maritime salt moment. The light yellow fruits are still there. Yellow plum, star fruit, lychee, kiwi, malted barley sugars, and the wood. It's a fresh wood, almost freshly cut oak. It's a wood spice. Very good. I want to read here the official tasting notes. It says here, on the nose, vanilla sweetness leads to hints of demerara sugars, citrus peel, and kiwi. Oh, look, I had the kiwi after all. The taste, vanilla, caramelized Pears and apples. See, I just assume pears and apples. I don't talk about them. Give way to a gentle wood spice. Talked about that. Dark chocolate. Don't get that. Orange. Got that. I said citrus zest. Sea salt. Look, they wrote it. Very good. And caramel linger on the finish. Wow. Good stuff. Even the finish, it has a really nice, light, fruity finish. A yellow fruit finish. This is definitely a spring summer whiskey. This is not the whiskey I would go, oh, look, I want this for winter. It's such soul-pleasing happiness when it's raining outside just above freezing and the wind is howling. No, this is something I'm out on the balcony, I'm out on my patio, and I'm looking up at the sunset over here in Germany, 10:30 in the evening, and just enjoying the closing of a day. That's good. I'm going to give this a C+. Yeah. Will this be better? All right, so cheers. I'm going to say there's two big strikes against the green spot in comparison to the Clonakilty. First of all, the 40%. There's actually going to be three major strikes. I'm sorry. First, 40% versus 46%. Much better mouthfeel. This has a good mouthfeel, but this is a better mouthfeel. The second thing that I get, and I feel this. Does it say here any place on the thing? I might doing them injustice here, but it almost tastes like it has artificial coloring in here. There's a fake caramel moment going on. And the last thing is I get a little bit of a whiff, at least a little bit of a flavor undertone there of overused oak casks. So very tired wood, which I don't get here at all. Would I recommend this? Yes. If you're going to buy single pot still Irish whiskey, go for the green spot, go for the Redbreast 12. Those are the things that I can highly, highly recommend. If you are a fan of Irish whiskey and you've had Irish whiskey before and you want to further develop your palate and expand the horizon of what's possible at the moment, Clonakilty would be my choice. I like this better. I would give this a C, value for money, C. This I would give a C+, value for money, C. Now this is $39.90, this is $54.90. This, they produce at Middleton millions of liters of alcohol per year. Here they're producing around 200,000. That's it. This is pot still, triple distilled, and a very small distillery with great people doing great work. The Method of Madness distillery inside the micro distillery inside of the real Middleton distillery, and they're building a new Middleton distillery to double capacity on top of that, is bigger than this. And they call them micro distilleries. So this is a mini micro. But that's okay. This is very, very good. And when I go back even... I think the bourbon, and especially the Amontillado sherry finish, it's almost like a fino finish a little bit going in there. What is Amontillado? We take fino, palomito, white grape cherries, white grapes, put them into, we make wine out of it, make white wine, we put it in a barrel, we put that yeast flora level on top of it, so there's no oxygen getting into white wine, and that dies off and we get a Amontillado. We let it further oxidize, and it sounds almost like a palo cortado, doesn't it? Now palo cortado is mysteriously dies off, and Amontillado happens due to a willingness to add more fortified brandy wine, so high alcohol made from grapes, into that cask, and to allow it to further mature. I like. All right, so this is my recommendation. What is your recommendation for we're going to do two questions. First, new distillery. Dingle just hit 10 years of age, so there is no independently owned new distillery that is older than 10 plus years. So I'd say 11 years. So in the last 11 years, we've had basically 45 plus distilleries come online. We now have 50 working distilleries in Ireland. Of those 45 that produce whiskey, which ones do you like? I do like Dingle. I do like Clonakilty. I do like quite a few of others, which I'm not going to mention here, but I do like them. What do you like? And the second thing is single pot still Irish whiskey. Which one would you recommend? Would it be a green spot? Would it be a red spot? Would it be a yellow spot? Would it be the 12? Would it be the Redbreast 12? Would it be the gold spot? Would it be the Clonakilty? What would you recommend on single pot still Irish whiskey? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, and telling others. See you real soon. Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.